What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cigars and Whiskey for our next review. And today's review, we're going to be going over a cigar that is celebrating a 20 years of success of this company's Reserva line, and that is the Perdomo. Now, the Perdomo has the sun-grown version. That's a 10th anniversary that everybody loves, but they came out too with this. This is the Perdomo 10th anniversary Perdomo Reserve Box-Pressed Maduro, and this is to celebrate that and kind of add to that sun-grown that everybody loves from that line. And this is actually an all Nicaraguan puro, and what I mean by that is the wrapper, the binder, and the filler, everything comes from Nicaragua. Do apologize for the cars. I did live by a street, unfortunately. But they do feature tobacco that's been aged a minimum of 6 years, and it comes from a majority of the regions with their farms. This is where they're getting the tobacco. So it's not just one region of Nicaragua, it's not just one farm, it's multiple, but again, a minimum of 6 years. And then they also taken that and put it in a barrel bourbon, a bourbon barrel, and they've aged it for 14 months, which then produces a medium to full body blend notes of sweetness. Now, on the cigar, I do get right off of the cold draw, we are getting like a hints of espresso and dark cocoa, and almost like a raisin profile. But man, it is definitely something you can find in a lot of shops. Now, I do know that one of the websites, Cigar International, does sell them, and they sell 5 packs. And what I'm smoking today is the Churchill size, which is a 7x54 stick. They do have them a little bit shorter, and they do have a Super Gordo, which is a 6x60 if you prefer that. But roughly, it's between $8 and $10 depending on what size of cigar you're getting. But you can get a 5-pack of these Churchills from CI, and it roughly runs you right now about $44 plus shipping. All right, everybody. Before we light the first third, I did forget to tell you a little more. As you cut off the top, I did a straight cut, and I'm getting a real sweetness of cocoa and a sweetness of raisin and cocoa. It's got a slight little bit of a profile of leather. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and cut it up. I'll be back with the first third of the Perdomo Reserva 10th anniversary Maduro. All right, everybody, getting into the first third. All right, everybody, into the first third of the Perdomo 10th anniversary Reserva Maduro. I am getting a little bit of a sweet coffee profile. Just a subtle hint of sweetness and a little bit of that coffee, not so dark roasted like espresso, but just like a light, mild coffee profile. And that sweetness that I'm getting starts out like a baker's cocoa with no sweetness, and then in between, as I let it sit, I'm starting to notice now a little bit of like a sweetness, like almost like a sweet cream, like a sweet table cream. Definitely getting a small hint of pepper way in the background, because obviously, for those who don't know or haven't really experienced, Nicaraguans always have some type of pepper profile. It might be real mild like a white pepper, or really big, bold, strong like a black pepper, but it is always there. It just might be subtle or just hints or right in your face, but this is not in my face so much. This is definitely going to be a medium strength to full strength cigar, depending on, again, the smoker. So with that said, we're going to keep going through it. I'll be back with the second third of our review right after this. Alright, I do have to say though, with this cigar, I am digging. This is a box press cigar. It may not be so overly box pressed that you would notice it immediately, but you can tell it is a little bit more boxed profile, especially up on the top here, than it might be. It seems like it's more boxed on just the top and the bottom, but not the sides as much. But it is definitely something different, and I do like that. And with that said, I am noticing the burning of like box pressed cigars seem to do it, because it's not so over box pressed. It doesn't burn as fast as some others that I've had in the past. And like I said, this is a cigar release that was done for July. It came out in July of 2020 to celebrate the 10th anniversary. So now in the second third, I'm starting to notice a little more of a medium light smoke output on the cigar. And we're also getting a lot of that medium profile strength of the cigar at this point. It's not overwhelming. There is a little bit of that black pepper that still hinders on the back of the palate as you're smoking it. It has become really good. It has become a really good amount of balance to the cigar. As you can see, it doesn't. This one is not burning razor sharp. I'm not touching it up. I'm gonna see if it corrects itself. Sometimes you want to give it a chance to see. Just again, there's a hand-rolled cigars, so sometimes they don't burn absolutely straight, but doesn't stop you from smoking them. The only time you have issues is if you have tunneling up in the middle, where it hollows out the cigar, or if you have canoeing where it burns half the cigar and the bottom half doesn't stay. But those are the times when you want to try to touch it up if you can. If not, you just let it do its thing. But man, I just have to say it is an enjoyable smoke. I do love Maduros. I do like Perdomo cigars, so I do think that if you like the Maduros and you are a fan of Perdomo, then you should check this out. Because this, again, like I said, was just released in July of 2020. So maybe a lot of you haven't seen it yet, because a lot of you, like myself included, being quarantined, we don't get to go out as often. But I did happen to see this at a cigar and smoke shop. Yes, you heard me right. I bought it at a smoke shop / cigar shop. Just deal with it. That's what's in my area. And the gentleman that owns the shop, he carries everything that the tobacco people would want. So if you're in the Sun City area and you're looking for a good cigar to pick up at a decent price, then definitely see Sun City Cigar and Smoke. It's just not, like I said, he's got a little bit of everything. He's got pipe tobaccos, he's got cigarettes, he's got cigars, he's even got hookah for those who like that kind of stuff. He sells anything and everything, but it's a really good little small shop in the area that I can get stuff pretty quick when I'm waiting for my orders online, or I'm not able to get out to see all my other cigar shop family. But with that said, definitely check it out. I'll be back with the final thirds and the final thoughts of the 10th anniversary Perdomo Reserve Maduro right after this. All right, everybody, welcome back for the final third of our review of the Perdomo Reserve 10th anniversary Maduro. And in the final third, the cigar is staying just where it's been throughout most of the cigar. Just a real well-balanced cigar, a really great medium strength Maduro. And man, I have to say, guys, it's definitely something you need to check out and pick up if you haven't had a chance to have it yet. If you're, again, a fan of Maduros, if you're a fan of Perdomo, it's definitely a cigar you want to consider buying. If you want to buy a gift, I suggest get it. It's a great price point, and it's a great tribute for Perdomo and the work they've done so far. Man, and they just keep bringing out better cigars every time. And as you can see, like I said, it did correct itself just a little bit, but it's still a little off. It's not a bad cigar as far as that. That's the only bad thing I can say about the cigar that I didn't like, was just the way it burned a little bit. Other than that, the construction was great, and the draw is awesome. But again, if you haven't had it, try it. And if you like this video, give me that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, leave your comments, and as always, have a great day. Have a great smoke, and I will see you next time.